everybody, Sally Bonani, Unjani, say. Welcome to the very first YouTube video of my YouTube channel, Woke Hunters from House of Stones. I am woke, but never broke, honey, and yes, my first video I will be talking about acting for a beginner, auditions, and the COVID-19 vaccine. Now, first of all, I'll start off by saying, as mentioned in the description box, I will be talking about a lot of things, various different topics that have to do with a lot of stuff that's going on in people's lives currently. I would want to touch on a bit of celeb gossip here and there, but not too much, because y'all don't want to know. Wakandans don't want to end up in hospital, y'all. But hey, first of all, I'd like to start off by saying, if you want to get into the film and television industry, first of all, you gotta have the confidence. If you don't have the confidence, the determination, and of course the talent, then it's not for you, darling. It's not. And I'd first of all like describe that, acting, guys, it's not easy. It's hard. It's one of the hardest professions in the world, because not only are you putting on facial expressions like everyone always thinks that you are doing, that's the only thing you can actually do. It's not the only thing you can actually do to actually convince that you're playing this character. You are literally embodying that character. Literally, your movements, your poses, the way you express, the way you move your body, the way you walk, the way you sit should be different from the way this character does these things. Like, if you are a pregnant woman, you can't, just walk normally. How do you convince people that you're pregnant if the way you're walking is like someone who's not pregnant? You get? So the body, the way you embody that character, yes, of course, the facial expressions, like you guys always assume, the way that character speaks, the tone, the accent. Obviously, you will need background information about this character. So it's a lot of things, and that's why, guys, you find like a lot of people, they actually fall mentally ill from this kind of things, because I've seen, even if you see Hollywood actors, a Hollywood actor can start acting as someone who's just mentally ill, or someone who's just come from the psychiatric hospital and is on medication, and it can become very psychologically, traumatic for a lot of actors, so it can be a tricky job. And the second thing is that, acting in Zim, guys, like, let's not just lie to each other. You should know that actors in Zim do not get paid that much at all, unless, of course, it's, I don't know, like the last recent acting gig I got, I did get paid. I can't say it wasn't enough. It was enough. It was okay. But usually, most of the time, it's not a lot of money, guys, because our industry is still growing, our film industry to be precise. And, sometimes, they might not, especially if you're someone who's just starting off, you have no experience or training whatsoever, it can be difficult for you to actually get paid, because they'll feel, but she doesn't really have any experience in anything, or he or she, whatever, doesn't have any experience in anything. And that's why I would advise, if you do not have any training whatsoever, do try and get training. There is the Zimbabwe Theatre Academy. I think they do offer diplomas. You can go there if you want to get some training, or you can even hire an acting coach. There are acting coaches there. I wouldn't mind coaching you. You gotta highlight me though, because I got 2 degrees, honey. So yeah, you can always highlight at me. I can coach you for a price, of course. And you can always, of course, have an understanding, because it's good to be talented, but it's also better to develop the talent. So it's not just about having that determination, that willpower, that confidence. You've got to develop that talent. You know, if it wasn't for me going to performance school and actually learning the knowledge, like grasping the knowledge that I know now, I would be literally clueless. And now I have so many advantages of the fact that the CV looks impressive. So it'll also look impressive on your CV if you have that training. Another thing that I'd like to talk about is the auditions, guys. The auditions, there are like so many different types of auditions that you can attend in your lifetime as an actor. I would say the first audition that you could actually get is, because they know casting agencies in our country, I've gotten people inboxing me about, are they casting agencies? What are the rates for an actor? I'm like, rates. We have an association, association for actors in Zim, but I haven't seen any prominent actors actually be part of that association. So I don't really know how it's going for that, because I don't know if people are just doing their own thing and they're like, I don't care about an association. I don't know. But we don't have casting agencies in Zim. So I've had people inbox me and ask me about that. And guys, like, even people who are not in film and TV know this. It's probably because of an issue of money. I don't know. But I think people have tried, but it was just unsuccessful. So it can be really tough, right, for a performer in this country to make it even as far as, like, let's say Hollywood. It's really difficult, guys. So in the event that there is a casting agency, or if you actually have someone who updates you on auditions, they can of course email you or inbox you on your number and tell you that, okay, there's this TV series going on, or there's this movie going on, and this is the list of the characters in the production, and they'll give you a chance to choose which character you want to audition for, obviously according to the age range. If you're that person who actually can afford to play an older character because maybe you look older than your age, then good. If you're someone who looks younger than your age and you can obviously play a teenager or someone in their early 20s, then you of course try out for that character. And they give you an excerpt, please forgive me, it's like a small piece of something from a script, and you have to audition from that script, right, at the audition. So you will have an idea of what the story is about, or who your character is, the better. However, there's another type of audition where they literally ask you just come doing a monologue, right? I'm not going to explain to you what a monologue is, because I expect you as a beginner, just as a learner, to know what a monologue is, because this is practically knowledge you should know before you even go for training. You should already know what a monologue is. I knew that when I was 15 years, I already knew what a monologue is. So I'm not going to describe what it is to you. So you have to go there knowing the monologue, obviously. I'm not going to say cram the monologue, whether it's from a film or TV production or even a theater production. I'm not going to advise you to cram. You obviously need to have an understanding of what's going on in that monologue, what's wrong with that character or what's right with that character. What's happening in that scene that character is talking about? How is that character feeling? So you must already have an understanding, of course, of the whole entire story, because it is just a piece of that story, of that production, whatever it is. So you must already understand, because you can't do a monologue if you don't really know what's going on in that story. So you have to prepare, of course, do some exercises here and there whenever you get the free time. Of course, in the near future, I will upload YouTube videos of types of exercises you can do before you go to an audition, to help you to prepare and relax your mind and be in the space and concentrate on that character and not what's going on in your head, which, hey, I'm nervous, or think of I'm Mari Tawana, because you now have to embody that character. you now have to do so many things in one space in front of maybe just a few people for a few minutes. So another type of audition you can get is an online audition. They can tell you to send a monologue, whether on WhatsApp or via email, and it can either be 1 to 2 to 3 minutes long, the monologue. Another type of audition you can get is, you can, let's say you get a casting call, and they add you to a group chat after you've told them you're interested in auditioning for the production, and they add you to that group chat, and then now you have to meet up with those people in that group chat who are also trying out for the same role or for different roles, and you have to spend like the whole day doing what goes, God knows what. The last I went to an audition like that, I was just like, this is a waste of time. Like, I don't understand auditions like that though. Why would I spend the whole day just doing funny exercises and God knows what, just to audition for a particular character? I'm sorry, I'm really not understanding, because literally I think it can just take someone a few minutes to convince someone that this is the kind of character that I want to play for, and they get the role just doing that for a few minutes. So why must I spend the whole day to convince you that I can play for this character? But hey, people see things differently. People see talent differently. People, I suppose, they can be a bit slow and they need more time to understand if this is the person that I want. Now, another type of audition you can get is one that's like an interview, like for a job interview, where obviously you have to go there and you sit there and they literally ask you a lot of questions about obviously your past productions that you've been in, if you've been in any productions, in experience. Sometimes they may ask for a CV, they want to see a CV. Some, they also ask for a show reel beforehand, to see what works you've done and all, I think, as proof as well. Show reel, guys, if you don't know what a show reel is like where you show the different types of works you've done, whether in film or TV or even theater if you have, and of course you edit those reels, you edit those videos into one video, and then you obviously, it's put together, and it shows exactly the kind of different types of gigs you've gotten, the types of roles you've gotten just from doing those things. But obviously if you are a beginner, you obviously don't have you probably don't have that, so you could be at a disadvantage. So at an audition like that, they'll obviously want someone who's already experienced and who has the CV, who has the show reel, who has what they want. Another type of audition, and obviously after that they'll ask you, oh, what character do you want to play for? And most of the times they would already have the script for you to use, and you tell them what kind of character you want to play for. Sometimes, usually what happens, they ask you to switch to another character after auditioning for the character. They ask you to switch, because some auditions you're allowed to audition for more than one character. And you can switch the character and you can try another character, you can try different characters. And guys, I would advise that when you go to an audition, don't spend too much time socializing with other people. I'm not saying don't socialize with other people, because most of the times I've gone to auditions and I've always bumped into people that I know. Don't, because I've realized once you tend to talk too much and you socialize with people, you forget what you actually came for, and you get distracted, and then you're just not focused, because you really need to be focused and you really need to be a good listener if you want to be a really good actor, a really professional actor. Now guys, I'm gonna advise you, please, you gotta be patient in this industry, right? You gotta be patient, you gotta be willing to go the extra mile, you gotta be willing to sacrifice as an actor, because this industry is one of the most hardest and toughest industries in the whole entire world, because a lot of the people who are in power, like the producers, the directors, they like to take advantage of performers, because performers are just there to star in the production. And as much as yes, they're just there to star in the production, you'd be surprised that some of them have actually tried out other things, like even editing, producing, and stuff like that. But somehow they just tend to think low of us. I don't know what it is that makes them think that, because without us, they can't produce anything. They can't come up with anything. They can't do a show without the performer. Without the performer, there's no show. So you gotta be alert that there are a lot of people who like to take advantage of actors, and you gotta be strong. Because if you're not strong, I will say this as an example, a story. Back in school, the very first lectures, one of the very first lecturers was like, only 3 out of 60 of you are actually, 3 to 4 out of 60 of you are actually going to make it out there. And people were offended. People were actually like, hey, who does he think he is? That is so demotivating. How can he say that? But I liked that. I liked that because I prefer someone who's honest, and he was talking from experience, guys. He wasn't just saying things from his head that, oh, it's because of A, B, C, D, and all that. Oh, I just think you guys are never gonna make it. No, he was talking from experience that it's a really tough industry to get into, and people are just always not gonna always like you. Not everyone is gonna like you, guys. Like, as much as you might be pretty and all and good looking, you might not just get the role. That's just how it is. You win some, you lose some. And then, guys, of course, please do not try and take shortcuts. Try and do things the more professional you are, the more respect you get. Now, I'd first like to finish off with the COVID-19 vaccine. The vaccine, guys, like, I'm really scared of taking this vaccine. Like, I don't know, like, and I'm still seeing people not walking around, not wearing masks, and they're just not taking the right safety precautions. And I really don't know. We're getting into this. We're now actually in the second wave of the COVID-19, and they say there's going to be like more and more deaths going on. A lot of people are going to be dying from this virus, and you still see people walking around, especially in crowded places where there are a lot of people and they're not wearing masks. Hey, do you people have a death wish now? Are you trying to die now on us now? Hey, please take this seriously. So, guys, I'm really scared about this vaccine because I'm hearing all kinds of stories. Of course, in the description box, there is something that explains all these things about what's actually happening with this vaccine. I'm not going to say much, but please let me know what you think in the comment section. And of course, make sure you subscribe, and of course, make sure you tune in to the next video. Mwah.
So make sure you subscribe, honeys, and of course you hit that notification bell for more content. And of course, if you'd like to follow me on social media, I'm on Instagram as ndiniactress_wacho. My other Instagram page is Workahontas94, and you can follow me on Twitter as well as ndiniactress. So make sure you subscribe, guys, and make sure you comment. Do not be afraid. I wish you all the best in 2021. And of course, remember, I am woke but never broke, honey.